Good morning, guys. Pedro DoorDash Santiago back at you. Bet on you, set goals one day at a time. Real quick, want to do some shout outs and then I'll talk to you about what this video will be like today. So, shout outs to my boy Wade, Jace's Own World, Michelle, Joe Gig. Thanks, brother. He's got a channel. Check him out. Maria, my buddy Jason. I'm going to put a link in a BBC article that he sent me that talks exactly about what I'm talking about and why I'm setting up my own business. So, thank you for that, Jason. Patrick, Mufflepuff, David DS, he has a channel as well. Check him out. And Joy. And last but not least, DoorDash Dad. I appreciate you, man. So, you know, I learned a lot from you on this channel over the last couple months. I was scrolling through YouTube in bed, and you put a video up last night, and you gave me a shout out, man. And told people to check out your channel. You've got like over 6,000, well on to almost 7,000 subscribers, and really appreciate the love, the support. I like how this community supports each other so that dashers or gig economy workers can find out what channel works for them, what advice works for them, what market is similar to that particular YouTube content provider so that it can match with their market and they can make decisions for them. So really appreciate the love. Check out his channel. I'm sure most of you that are subscribed to me are probably subscribed to him. If you're not, check him out. Real smart guy, family guy. I respect him for what he's doing, so appreciate it, man. Also, today, I'm going to give you 10 pro tips for DoorDash, and some of it will relate to Uber and other platforms as well. I don't do the other ones as much at all. I've done Postmates back in the day. I did some Uber Eats. I did Uber driving customers around, stuff like that. But right now, it's 99% DoorDash. So most of the tips are going to apply to that, but I think you can universally apply them to most other side hustles, okay? So I'm going to give you guys 10 today. These are my 10 that work for me in my market. You might agree or disagree on some of them, and there's some philosophies behind them, but I feel really confident. Right now, I'm at 2,200 DoorDash deliveries. I've done a couple hundred Postmates last year. I've done probably 100 Uber Eats, and I've done like 1,000 Uber like passenger rides. So I'm over 3,000 trips. So at that point, I think I have a little bit of knowledge as far as what works and what doesn't work for me. I've done the footwork. I know my market. So please stay to the end. It's worth the 15, 16, 17 minutes of this video, however long it's going to be, to increase your earnings and do it in a less stressful way, right? Especially for you new people out there. If you're earning, I run into people every day. I'm making 15 an hour, 20 an hour, and they seem okay with that. And that's fine. To each his own. It's what you need to make is based on you and your family and your goals. But if you could spend the same amount of time out there doing the same number of trips and make twice the money, why not? You're going to reach your goals quicker, and you're going to have more money in the bank, whether it's for you, your wife, your husband, your significant other, your kids. If you're planning to buy something for a big purchase, you want to save for a car, a house, a trip for the kids. If you're putting groceries on the table, you can earn double the money by following these tips and checking out my channel. So please hit that subscribe button. We can do it together. 65% of the people that watch my videos aren't subscribers. So please hit that subscribe. Help me grow the channel. Help me help people, and help me reach my goals quicker. See you guys on the flip side. All right, guys, first tip. Know your market area, know your spots, know where you want to dash. I recommend picking 1 or 2 areas and making those your home zones, okay? But when I first turn my app on, the first thing I do is I check promos. Do I have a peak pay or promo in my zone? Webster Groves and downtown is where I dash 99% of the time. Webster Groves especially. So you see today, I got a peak all day. From 11 to 2, 2 to 5, all the way till 9. Now, I'm not dashing all day, but every delivery is going to be $2 more. So that means my base pay without a tip is $5, okay? So when I work a peak pay, okay, well, I also look at other zones. So I see that if I start in Webster Groves like I am and the delivery is a good one, it's going to take me right into that downtown area. I know that, okay, there's a peak pay there as well. So I say that for this example. If I didn't have a peak pay in Webster Groves, I don't chase peak pays, okay? I still stay in my spot, take what works for me. If I don't have one here, but I end up in downtown for some particular reason, I can turn my dash off, turn it back on. It will know I'm in downtown region. It's going to give me the $2 peak pay for that time. And then I can drive back to Webster Groves. I only say that for you dashers that have zones that are really close to one another. This and this is really, really close. Like a few blocks and I'm still in restaurants there. So you can turn it on, get the peak pay of $2. If there isn't one in Webster Groves, get back to the area you want to be, and you're going to still be on that peak pay, even though there's not one where you're dashing. They're going to send you offers. That works in my area because I'm busy. In your market, if you're slower, maybe it doesn't work as well. But for those of you that are in a busy area, I highly recommend that. Also, so that's my first tip. Know your area, know where you want to be, stay in that area, right? But also check your peak pays is my second tip. Check your peak pay. And I treat peak pay like a bonus. I don't chase it. I don't say, ooh, okay, now I'm gonna I need it to make money. I don't need peak pay to make money, okay? I don't. But I treat it like a bonus, okay? So imagine you're working a 9 to 5, okay? You're working at, I don't know, you're a garbage man, okay? You're a garbage guy, right? You're picking up trash, garbage guy on the streets doing that hard work. You make $20 an hour, okay? Your boss for that day tells you, you know what? I'm gonna for today's shift, however much you work, you're gonna make $25 an hour. Great, that's a bonus, right? He's probably not gonna work less, or at least he shouldn't. He should still work the amount he's gonna work that day, but he's just gonna know at the end of the day he's making more money. It shouldn't change the way he works. He's still gonna do his job with dignity. He's still gonna hustle. He's not gonna be any better or any worse. He's just making more per hour. It's a bonus, okay? It's an incentive, right? Not to work more, not to work harder. He's just making more money, okay? So that's how I treat it. If I get on a peak pay, I just realize instead of making $30 an hour, I'm gonna make $40 an hour now. And I'm still gonna dash and do everything the same way, okay? It doesn't mean I'm gonna take a $5 offer if there's a $2 peak because that person didn't tip. It just means that the $8 offer that I normally try to strive for, $7 or $8, right, is now gonna be $9, $10, or $11. So I'm reaching my goal quicker, and I'm probably doing it in less time. So for me, I treat it like a bonus. If you do that, it takes some of the stress away. It allows you not to have to chase the peak pay and worry about the peak pay. Each offer is you're just getting more money, and it's coming from DoorDash, not the customer. So that's my second tip with peak pay. Don't chase peak pays. Stay in your zones that are good. If you happen to see that a peak pay is in the area you're in that you didn't start in, turn off the dash, turn it on. You'll get that peak pay for the rest of the time that you're out there. So it's added money. It's just a bonus, okay? And thirdly, with the peak pay, like I said, treat it like a bonus. And at the end of your shift, if you're gonna work 6 hours, you're just gonna make more money. Or the other flip side is, you know what? Instead of working 6 hours like I scheduled, I can probably make what I want in 5. And that's great. It's more time for yourself, your family, the kids. Maybe you can have an extended break for yourself if you have a second job and you're going to do this first or do this after. So treat it like a bonus, and it's great. Like today, I didn't expect there to be one. I didn't know there'd be one. So now it's just like I'm just going to make an extra probably $50 today than if there wasn't one. But I'm not going to change my philosophy on what orders I'm going to take or not take. All right, guys, so I turned on the app waiting for an order. I declined a couple that weren't good, a $6 one, a $5 one, going too many miles. Third pro tip, before you start your dash, these are a few things that help me, okay? I make sure I got gas, so the night before, after I end my dash or whatever I'm doing, I make sure I got gas, make sure my tires are good. I make sure, I'm ready for my shift for the day, okay? I make sure I got my hot bags. I make sure I got snacks in the car, water. Let's check this one out. 18 bucks, 3.9 miles. I'm gonna take that. It's 2 orders from Panera on 7th Street. So we're gonna go this way. So make sure you're ready, okay? Make sure you have what you need. Snacks, because I don't wanna spend money stopping and, getting food. And, it gets enticing. You're out here picking up people's food. You're gonna get hungry. Plus, you gotta eat. I bring little snacks with me. I make sure I got water in the car. Make sure my phone's charged, all those kind of things that you can do to make sure you're ready. There's a peak pay today, right? So I want to be able to hit it and go. I don't want to have to stop and get gas, waste time, miss out on an order, any of that kind of stuff. So I make sure I got gas and I'm fueled, the tires are right, the car's clean the night before, or maybe that morning before I'm going to dash if I'm out and about. So pro tip 3, be ready for your shift so that as soon as you hit that car, you can turn it on and not have to worry about those items. All right, guys, pro tip number 4. set goals. Know what you want to accomplish that day, okay? And it might be different day in a week. Maybe a Monday is different than a Friday for you. Maybe you're a side hustler, you do it part-time. Know what you want to make that day, or know how many hours you want to put in, okay? If you follow these tips, you can make $30 an hour without breaking a sweat, okay? You can. And if that means you need to make $100 for your side hustle or whatever it is, then you're going to dash for about 3.5 hours, right? Maybe 3. And that's that. But give yourself either a time limit or give yourself a monetary limit. I do monetary for me, okay? I know that sometimes, man, I might have to dash 10 hours, right? I might have to dash 5 hours to hit my goal for the day. It just depends, right? But I give myself a monetary amount because I know what I'm trying to strive for, what bills I got to pay, and what I'm putting aside for the business, right? So for me, I give myself a monetary, and if I hit it in 5 hours, I hit it in 5. If I hit it in 10, I hit it in 10. But I don't stop usually until I get to that number unless something happens, right? And sometimes if I hit it super early, right, then I'm going to stay out a little longer if the money's there and it's busy still and I can make a little extra, and that's fine. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer to hit it depending on certain factors, right? But have a goal when you step in your car and you hit the dash on and you're ready. What do I want to achieve that day? How much money do I want to make? How much money do I need to make? And dash accordingly and smart so that you can make that goal. All right, guys, so pro tip number 5. I'm getting ready to pull up into Panera, right? And if you do your market research and you pick up enough spots, you'll know which spots are fast or slow or good or bad. This one's usually really good, but sometimes it gets so busy during lunch that they're behind. So I say that. So pro tip 5, give yourself a time limit. I say that because you don't want to, there are times you're going to sit 30, 40 minutes. I've done it. I've waited 30 minutes sometimes. I don't do that anymore. I wait 15 minutes is my tops. Now, there are a couple deciding factors. The payout. This one's $18. I got 2 orders. It's $18. So I'll wait 15, maybe a little bit more, because my drop off I know is only 5 minutes away. So I can spend a total of maybe 30 minutes on this order. 5 minutes getting here, 15 to 20 waiting, and another 5 or so to drop it off. So that's half an hour's worth of work and time for $18. If I do that twice, that's $36 an hour. So the monetary amount of your orders does matter, but give yourself a time limit. I say that because if I walk in here and it's going to be more than that, I got to know I have the option to unassign it and move on. Okay. These are in extreme cases. It doesn't happen often to me, but I will have to wait sometimes. And if it's too long, I have to unassign, especially if it's during a busy time. I need to just make money. If you're sitting, you're not making money. Okay. And my market is busy. So I know if I unassign, I could get a decent one, another spot that might actually get me to making money. So a couple key indicators. If you walk in and there are a lot of other people and dashers waiting around already, and you hear that they've been waiting a while, they're there first. Their food's going to come up first. You're going to be waiting a while as well, because you know you're probably not getting yours before theirs. If they're busy with regular dining guests as well, and most of the time they're going to take care of those guests first. So a couple things to look for, right? But give yourself a time. In your market, maybe it's 5 minutes. Maybe it's 30 minutes. For me, I wait 15. If it's more than that, I'm probably going to unassign, okay? Unless they're telling me it's coming up in 30 seconds or whatever. But give yourself a time limit. Know that you can unassign and move on to the next one. All right, guys. So while we're waiting here, tip number 6 is always look at the instructions. It's going to tell you. So from here, ring bell and I will meet you at the door. So always look at instructions before you're dropping off so you know exactly what you're getting into. Also, zoom in. You can see that this is like a big building, and it'll tell you what kind it is. So you know if you go into a house, you go into a building, you got to understand maybe there's some parking involved here. Tip 6, always know beforehand what kind of area you're dropping off to so you can plan accordingly. And when you pick up the food, okay, I always let them know my ETA on arrival so that they can be ready for me and I'm not waiting on them. So guys, this is like part 2 to tip 6. I always text my customer, says I'm 7 minutes, 0.3 miles. That doesn't seem accurate, but I always text them and let them know that I am on my way. Oh man. so that they know to be ready for me. That helps me a lot, especially if it's going to a big building and it says hand to me. I want them to know when I'm rolling up so they can be prepared. It saves me time. The quicker that I can end that trip, the faster I can start my next order and start making money, right? So you got to communicate with your customers. You have to. They like it. A lot of times they're going to be very appreciative of that, okay? So that also goes into tip number 6. All right, guys, I just dropped off those 2 orders right at 30 minutes, $18. Pro tip 7. When you are accepting orders, always look and see where it takes you, where the drop off of that order takes you, okay? Depending, if it's a really good dollar amount and it's not taking you far out of your zone, take it. If it's a really good dollar amount, but it's taking you way too far, too many miles out of your zone, it drops you off in a spot where there's not a lot of other restaurants to where when you end that trip, you'll get another one. If the likelihood is it puts you in a spot where you're not going to get a trip right away, or you're in an uncomfortable zone where you don't want to be and you got to drive back too far, don't decline it. Don't accept it, okay? Pick your, stay in that area, stay in that bubble that you want to be in, okay? I'm on my route. I'm on my way back to Panera, and I'm picking up another stacked order. It's going 5 miles for $19, but it's still keeping me in the area I want to be. So I'll finish this in probably 30 minutes, and that's going to put me at $37 for an hour. It's great. You're not always going to get a lot of stacked orders, but right now with DoorDash being the way it is, I'm seeing that you're getting stacked. So I did decline a few other ones before this one that didn't work for me, and then I got a better one. So pro tip 7, be patient and don't take orders that are going to put you in a spot that's not likely that you'll get that order right afterwards. Hi. I have a pickle for Elizabeth. Cool, thank you. Have a good day. Hello, how are you?
Good, and you?
Good. I have a pickup for Devin M.
All right, there you go.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good night. You got a pickup?
All right, guys, so the 2 clips you just saw, real basic, easy things, but for me, tip 8, treat the merchants, customers, people you interact with kindly. Say please, thank you, how are you today? Let them know why you're there. Say it with a smile. Like, hold yourself to a higher regard. Even if you go to a place and it's busy, right? You're gonna have that. You're gonna go to places, it's gonna be busy. You're gonna wait a little bit. You might get frustrated. People around you are gonna get frustrated. Other dashers, the people that are working there are gonna get frustrated. Try not to exude that energy. Be positive. Be nice. People, when you walk into an establishment, you're a customer to them. You're a number. They might know you're a dasher, and you tell them you're a dasher. They see the red bag, whatever it is, right? But you're a customer. Right? They want you to get out. They want you to get the food and get out just as much as you want to, right? And sometimes they're going to be busy, but you got to be nice. People remember that. I worked in the service industry almost 20 years, right? The customers that are nice, respectful, are understanding, polite, those are the ones that get taken care of better, quicker. That's just how the world works, right? So, pro tip 8, be nice, courteous. Use their name, say thank you, let them know, hey, I'm Pedro, maybe I'll see you later, appreciate what you guys are doing. Do those things, okay? It will pay off in the long run. I go to a lot of the same places. I see a lot of the same workers and managers. I go in, I say hello, they ask me how I am. Are you guys busy today? They ask me those questions, and I'll let them know what orders I got, and 9 times out of 10, they help me out, and they help me out quicker than maybe other people that are treating them with rude, treating them rude, complaining. Oh, I've been here 5 minutes. Why? I've seen Dashers do that. I've seen people get irate. It doesn't get you anywhere. It's not going to get your food made quicker. It's just not. So, pro tip 8, treat the merchants, treat them nice. Treat them with respect. They're trying to do a job, okay? And in the places that are rude to you, okay, put them on your blacklist. Don't go back. Make a mental note of it. Don't return. If you don't want to go there, don't return. There's plenty of other spots. But don't give them that energy back. It's going to ruin your day. Trust me, I've been there. So pro tip 8, treat the service industry people with respect, kindness, courtesy. Thank them after you get the food from them. Say thank you, have a great day. It really will go a long way in the long run. All right, guys, so pro tip 9, know your expenses. I would challenge you guys to even track them for a week or 2 or 3. How much am I spending on gas? Figure out, you got to get oil changes, right? Check your oil, check your brake fluids, check your tires, things like that. But know your expenses, right? If you're spending money on food if you're out, track it, right? Because you might make $200 in a day, but if you're using $20 in gas, spending $15 to eat, right? Then you only made $165, not $200, okay? So, pro tip 9. Know your expenses and be smart about it, okay? Don't drive around aimlessly looking for orders. Find your zones, sit, park, wait for an order, then go. If you follow the other tips, it should put you in a spot that you should get other orders right away because you're staying in your area or driving to an area where it's busy, right? Don't drive around aimlessly waiting for orders. You're killing gas. Gas is expensive. In my market, it's about $2.70 right now, okay? So know your expenses, super important. Also, get the apps that give you free perks. I'm gonna put the link to the Get Upside app. I use it. I've gained $30 in cash back, okay? And what you can do with the Get Upside app is you find a location, it'll tell you how much cash back you get for using that gas station. I've gotten as little as 10 cents back on gas and as much as like 22, 23 cents, okay? So what I'm gonna do with that money is I'm gonna save it up till it gets to 100. I'm gonna get a Target gift card or something and buy something. It is free money, right? So know your expenses, be smart about your money, and use those apps out there that are gonna give you some kind of cash back for gas or car maintenance. All right, guys, so before we get to the last tip, which will be tip number 10, just a little bonus tip. You as a dasher or a gig con worker, you're gonna have some people that are gonna say, "Why are you doing that? You're putting wear and tear in your car. Why are you delivering food? Get a real job. Why? There's no money in that." You're gonna have the haters, as I call them, right? Luckily, in my friends and family group, I really don't have any of that, but I do have some people I run into that say that, people in the comment section, and maybe you experience the same thing, I don't know. But I would say, don't let somebody else take away what you're trying to achieve, okay? If you've got a goal, and you should have them, okay, and you're betting on yourself, and you're trying to achieve something out here while you're doing this, whether it's putting food on the table, this is your full-time, this is how you make money, it's your full-time deal. I mean, a lot of people like that, or you're just striving to save money for a goal that you have in the future. You're helping your kids with school. You're sending money to family away in another country. Whatever the reason is, you're doing it for something, right? And it's very admirable. What you're doing is admirable, okay? You could be sitting around being lazy. You're not. You're driving. You're making a living. You're providing for yourself and your family. So don't let somebody else tell you you're somehow less than because you're delivering food, or you're doing this particular job and you don't have a real job. A lot of times, the people that I see doing that, they're probably not happy themselves. So they're trying to bring you down to their level. So continue to hustle, continue to grind, chase your dreams, reach your goals, take care of your family, right? Now, this isn't something you probably want to do forever. You should have a plan like we talk about. But don't let somebody else's opinion affect what you want to do and what you want to achieve, okay? So that's just a little bonus tip. Stay tuned. Next clip will be tip 10. All right, guys, so thanks for those of you that have watched all the way to tip 10. Appreciate it. Hit me with a comment and let me know what you think so far. I could have went up to 20 tips probably, right? But these are just the 10 that work for me, that allow me to make $30 to $40 an hour, okay? So tip 10, this is for you new dashers. Your acceptance rate does not matter. You're an independent contractor. You can accept as many and as little as you want, okay? When you look at your rankings, the acceptance rate, it should be in the red, okay? You shouldn't be accepting a lot. You don't want that number to be high. If it's high, it means you're taking a lot of orders that are a lot of miles, you know, no tip, low tip. So your acceptance rate should be low, okay? I'm not telling you, I don't know what the magic number is for that, but it doesn't matter. They can't deactivate you for that, okay? Now, you want your customer rating to be good. They can deactivate you for that. Anything below a 4.2, which I think would be pretty hard to get down that low. You'd have to really make some people mad or have some unfavorable conversations. But, you know, if you're on time, early rating, you can be deactivated for that as well. Your completion rating, okay? That is the orders that you say you're going to do, but then actually complete. And all these are out of your last 100 deliveries, okay? So my completion rate right now is 90%. So that means out of the last 100 I've done, there's 10 that I unassigned and did not complete. I didn't even pick up the food because I either got to the place and it was long wait, or it was a stacked order and I realized that one of the orders that was going to far away was for $2.50 and the other one was for $14, and combined it was for like $16.50. Looks like a good offer, but one of them is trash. DoorDash will do that. You can unassign those and just keep the good one. So that's also a tip in there, tip 10.5, okay? So your acceptance rating doesn't matter, and along with that, your completion rating, it matters. I have to look and see what it is, but I think as long as you're in 90, even in the high 80s, I've been in the high 80s, it's fine, okay? So if you can unassign orders, don't be afraid to do that. And also, do not accept all offers. Accept the ones that are good for you. Follow my tips on which ones those should be, okay? So you can make between $30 and $40, okay? Some hours I make 20, 25 bucks. Some hours I make 50. I average 30 to 35. This week I'm at $32 an hour. Follow my tips, and you know, if you're in a favorable market similar to mine, I'm in St. Louis, Missouri, you can do this, okay? You can make that money and reach your goals. Cheers. See you guys on the next one.